Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the T28 HTC or T28 Concept, whichever way you want to call it. It's a Tier 7 American premium tank destroyer, a reward tank for the personal missions. It's located on the southeast spawn of Fjords under the command of Alephus. Game on. Well, it's armed with a 105mm gun, which is reasonably powerful. It's capable of doing 320 alpha, and it will penetrate through 181mm of armour with standard rounds, and with the premium rounds it'll go through 224. It's very heavily armoured. At the front there's 203mm, or 203.2 actually, on the actual hull armour. It doesn't really have a turret as much because it's a casement with a gun that revolves around a particular amount, which is 30 degrees either side of the centre line. You can see it's mounted in such a way it's very difficult to penetrate this vehicle. Now, it was originally designed in September of 1943, and the purpose was to defeat the armour and the battlements on the Siegfried line, otherwise known as the Westerwall, and it was rejected during the design phase, mainly because they considered that the T28, which was also known as the T95, was a much better design. So it's one of those designs that might have been, but never actually came about. But it's very tough, incredibly tough. First shot goes into a Super Hellcat. 314, which is a low roll. The only weak spots on this vehicle are the lower plate, if you've got enough penetration, and the other weak spots of course is the machine gun ports, which I think you can see either side of the centre. One of the reasons why this vehicle was rejected, because they didn't like the fact that it did have these weak spots, and I think that was one of the problems that it had. The other one of course being that it really didn't have as much armour as they thought it needed. Plus of course they were really looking to put a much bigger gun into it, 120mm, and that's originally what they were after, but they did consider the 105mm gun for the T28. In fact, I believe that the T28 actually at Fort Benning does actually have a 105mm gun, not the 120mm that it has in the game. Oh, lovely shot. Takes out the Super Hellcats, his first kill, and he's now collected 1,805 hit points, and he's looking to try and get a bit more on that OI. Now, its gun depression isn't that great. It's only 4.4 degrees, and of course you saw he was having a bit of a problem trying to get the gun to depress. But that penetration is so good, he's easily carving through the armour of that OI. And he's going to do it again. Yep, and he's taken that guy out. So that's his second kill. He's racking up the damage. And look, a shot from an OI fails to pen. It was an AP round. He's just got another shot into the OI. This time round he'll kill it. Okay, send him back to the garage. Oh, he didn't! He failed to pen him. But all the OI could do was put a round into his tracks. Couldn't pen him. There you go, the OI's gone. Right, the next one is going to be this KV85, and he's not going to fare that much better. And of course, remember that 30 degrees either side. Oh, he hammer racked him. He actually set off the rounds inside the turret and blew the turret clean off. He didn't even need to do any more. The KV85 took a hit for 144, and that was the end of him. So with 2,940 hit points so far, he's on his way to try and take out an SU-152 just around the corner. Hello! Well, the SU-152 didn't really react that quickly, and as a consequence he took a round for 351, a high roll. Here we go again. And you see he can't reload that quickly, so he takes another round, but a low roll this time for 299. King Tiger C takes a shot for 302. He's now one shot. I look at that T150 sitting behind him and I think, yeah, you're having an easy ride here. And there's another kill shot, 5 kills now. So he's after his Top Gun, just around the corner. The SU-152 Meta Doom, he got taken out by one of our teammates. And now we're headed towards the enemy rear. Is he going to turn left? No, he's not. It looks to me like he's realised that the enemy cap, or his cap area, is actually being threatened by enemy tanks coming down the other side, and he's realised it's a good idea to fall back to his own cap and let the enemy come to him. It really is, well, it's a fairly slow tank destroyer. In fact, technically it is an assault gun, not a tank destroyer as such, because its main primary task was to destroy battlements, not to destroy other tanks. Now he's been spotted, so somebody on the enemy team found him, and I think that's the AMX AC-46 behind him. So far, none of the enemy tanks have tried to go for his weak spots. They've all been aiming at hard points. And although you can penetrate through the lower plate if you've got enough penetration power, it's much easier to go for the weak spots. And he puts another round into a T34-85. Gun depression's again a bit of a problem because he's going up an upslope. The Tiger 1 dies to the Jagdpanzer IV. And he's now going after the T34-85M, who can, well, I don't think he can escape actually. And they've suddenly spotted the MT-25s behind him. So he's just going to turn, put a round into the guy, and there you go. He's got his Top Gun now. Okay, who's next? T34-85M? His teammates are asking to platoon with him now, and one of them happens to be the King Tiger C, who's got 2 kills already. Here comes the T34, he's a one-shot, and now he's a dead shot because he is back in the garage. So 7 kills now, 1 short of getting a Radley's. He's got the King Tiger captured as a platoon mate. He's nearby. And we're now turning round because there are 2 enemy vehicles behind us. And I think the King Tiger captured would do well to actually stick around this area and just keep an eye out, see if the enemy does come this way. It looks like that's exactly what he's doing. He's going to stick around, not to advance up the hill on his own. He's got very low hit points, but we're much better off letting us go after the enemy. Combined, we've now got 9 kills altogether in the platoon. Oh, beautiful shot on the VK, right on the top of his turret. That's a Radley's. Now, AMX AC-48, 46, it looks like he's a one-shot. He should be a one-shot unless we get a low roll, but I don't think we'll get a low roll. And he's out the game. That's 9 kills, 1 short of getting a Pulse Medal now. He's going to bully this Wizzy, who only managed to get a small amount of damage, and he rams him for the rest. Now, if he goes down the slope, he will inflict a lot of damage on him. And yes, he got the ram kill. He didn't even need that shot. I think he got the ram kill. Well, it says 15 and 164. We'll say that it was the shot that counted, but he won the game and got a Pulse Medal. Well, that was a brilliant game by Alephus in the T28 Concept. He managed to get an ace tanker in that game, and I'm not surprised because he got so much damage. And the enemy really didn't know how to deal with him. They really didn't. They just kept taking down by fantastic shots, which whittled away their hit points, and eventually he got the win. He got a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 9. He got a Demolition Expert because he blew the KV-85 to pieces, blew his turret off completely. Placed the shot right in the side of the turret, exactly where they store the ammo, so no wonder it went off. He also got a Duelist for taking down 2 tanks who damaged him, a Fire for Effect for doing more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, a Shell Proof for blocking more damage than the hit points for his own vehicle, and look at the rest of the awards he managed to get. He got a Pulse Medal, of course, because he got 10 kills in the game, 2/3 of the enemy team, and he definitely, as you say, carried the stupids. Yes, thanks, Klaus. I know, borrowing your term, but there's no doubt about it. He won this game for his team. He also managed to get a crucial contribution because the King Tiger capture got 2 kills, whilst Alephus managed to get 10. So that's 12 between them, and they both end up with a Crucial Contribution Award. He also got a Cool-Headed for surviving the battle, having received 10 or more ricochets, non-penetrations from the enemy. A Steel Wall for blocking the most damage from the enemy and surviving the battle. A High Caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle, as well as a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills. And this was a recent battle as well, as you saw. It's in November, but a very good game nonetheless. And look at the amount of damage he earned. 5,527 hit points. The next high scorer was the enemy King Tiger, who managed to get 1,893. And after that, the next highest scorer was the T28 on his own team with 1,675. So an exceptionally good game. Let's have a look at the number of kills. Yep, he tops that one as well. 5 times the next highest scorer, which happened to be the King Tiger captured the VK3001D on his own team, the Stir Mill on the enemy team, the T78 and their MT25. And when it came to base XP, look at that, 2,070 base. You'll rarely see higher base XPs on many battles, especially at tier 7. 787 was the next highest base XP, and that's the King Tiger, followed by 655 for the T25 too. So an exceptionally good game on XP. 26 shots fired, 25 direct hits on the enemy, 22 penetrations. He only had a couple of problems. I think that's where he actually fired at the OI and didn't get a full pen. He might have hit, I think he hit something that either glanced off or it didn't actually pen at the time. But a very good accuracy in terms of only one shot missed. 5,527 hit points, all of it done at close range. 12 hits received from the enemy, only one of which actually penetrated, 11 non-penetrations, and 2,430 hit points of damage blocked by armor. He spotted 3 enemy vehicles, damaged 11 of the enemy, killed 10, did 427 hit points of damage assistance. On a premium count, he earned 49,553 credits. And after repair and ammunition resupply, and of course there wasn't much repair to do actually for that matter, he still ended up with a profit of 30,926 credits, mainly because the ammunition he was using was just standard ammo. You've got decent pen with that standard ammo, and it's one of the really good tanks that you get from the personal missions. It's fun to play, although you do have to remember that it's fairly weak on armor at the rear. It's only got 50.8 millimeters at the rear of the hull, so it can be penned if you can get behind one of these. And of course, as I said, you can pen those machine gun ports fairly easily from the front, so long as you're fairly good at accurately aiming. 2,070 XP, 621 for being a premium vehicle, took away 3,726 experience points altogether. So a really great game there by Alephus in the T28 Concept. Thanks for sending in the replay and letting us watch that, because it just goes to show here's a jewel that we've got in most of our armories already, and occasionally you can just take it out and blast away and take the enemy to pieces. So long as the enemy never aims your weak spots, if they do know where the weak spots are, then it can make the game a little difficult, because you can hide one weak spot but you can't hide them all. So if the enemy knows where your weak spots are, they probably can get a couple of shots in, but so long as you aim for their weak spots as well, you should be able to take them out of the game. So if you enjoyed that replay, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And do let other people know that we've got more than one channel. We've got 2 channels. We've got the General and we've got What Arty Noobs. And the General is the channel where you'll find replays without any commentary whatsoever. Just really great battles, getting pools medals like this one. And of course this one will appear on that channel eventually, just in the standard format with a Virgin client, because it happens to be a pools medal winning game. So yes, you may see it on both channels, but in the next one I won't be talking, and this one I will be. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching.